Told my family, but they just don't believe me. Now we see prophecy unfolding on their TV. Angels on them four corners like some CZs. Niggas don't get right, we gon' leave him. This nigga vision clouded like he got cataracts. When that war come, Lord willing, we that battle axe. Riding with them North Stars like we a Cadillac. Right man, keep them going far like an avalanche. Northern lights, feel my aura. These all getting hot, rock Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shah. This your boy, Padatas of War. Genesis, Israelites, Genesis, Indiana, coming at y'all with another video. Y'all already see the title of the video. This is basically dealing with leadership, because this is something heavy. You know what I'm saying? This is something heavy. You know, when you think about leadership, when you think about the position that one is put in, you know, to be a leader in this community, you know, to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even when you think about the workplace, you got somebody that's in a leadership role, you know what I'm saying? A lot of responsibility is on that person, you know what I'm saying? So that's something to consider, you know, with leadership. You know, leadership takes a lot, you know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure that whatever type of organization you're in, you want to make sure, you know, if you're an Indian, you're a soldier, or whatever, you want to make sure that you're under good leadership. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that leads, you know, somebody that doesn't just tell you something, somebody that actually is walking the walk and, you know, living what he's speaking. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody like that. Let me go to a precept. This is James chapter 3. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. So it's showing you that greater condemnation is going to come for those people that's in those leadership positions. You know what I'm saying? Greater condemnation opposed to somebody that's you know, being led. You know what I'm saying? Just like matter of fact, let me go to Matthew 15. Opposed to somebody that's being led, but greater condemnation is going to come upon those leaders. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when you see the prophets go to people, they were constantly going up to these leaders and telling these leaders, stop misleading the flock. You know what I'm saying? You had Jeremiah talking about these leaders are, matter of fact, we're going to go to that. We're going to go to that next. Let's go here first. This is the book of Matthew chapter 15 and 14. Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. So here you find there's leaders that are in position. They're leading the flock, but they're blind. They're blind in themselves. So, I mean, what you expect the flock to be? If you find that these leaders are blind, you're going to see the flock following these leaders. They're going to fall into a ditch right along with the leaders. But that's what happens when you're not able to identify good leadership opposed to bad leadership, or false prophets from true prophets. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. A lot of people are not identifying. That's why a lot of people are caught up in the they're caught up in the hype. You don't want to be caught up in the hype. You want to be you want to be for sure about what you believe. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 4. What am I looking for? Hold up real quick. Let me look for something. Hold up real quick. Oh, my bad. Let me go here. This is 1 John chapter 4. We're going to start at verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are going out into the world. So you can't just because somebody sits up there and they have a nice suit, or you like the way they teach, you like the you like the charisma they got, or you like how this guy he is just very intelligent. I like how he greets the audience. You caught up in the hype. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to actually trying the spirit. Are these people really of God? Are they teaching what the Bible actually says? Or are they just just packing on the following, all these people following after them and stuff like that. And everybody just going after them because they got the hype, they got they got the fans, they got the look to whatever. And as a result, people are not really paying attention to the actions or paying attention to things that are being said. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem. We have to be stewards of the word. We have to be people that are actually studying the word and actually looking into the word. And that's the thing. A lot of people, because they don't read their Bibles, they don't study the word enough. They're easily misled by certain people in leadership positions because of the simple fact you don't read your Bible in the first place. So you can't tell what a lie is. You can't tell what the truth is. You know, you can't tell that because of the simple fact you don't even read your Bible. Hold on, let me go here. Uh, I'm gonna read verse. So we're gonna read First John 2, and we're gonna read 20 and 21. But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things. Verse 21 says, I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lies of the truth. Somebody that's truly reading their word and got the Holy Spirit, they should be able to see when certain lies are hit like in their face. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to see certain lies in their face. They should have a spiritual awareness of things surrounding them, things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to see what's taking place. Somebody that's not reading, not studying, not putting in the time with the Lord, not tapped in with the Spirit, they're not going to know what's going on. You know, they're going to be taught. Matter of fact, let me go here. We're going to go to hold on real quick. We'll read Ephesians chapter 4. We're going to read the CEB version, and we're going to read verse 14. As a result, we aren't supposed to be infants any longer who can be tossed and blown around by every wind that comes from teaching with deceitful scheming and tricks people play to deliberately mislead others. So we can't we have to grow up eventually. We can't continue to just take in the milk. We have to eventually grow up. You was at one point when you was a baby. You was at one point when you was a toddler. You was at one point when you grew past the toddler. You know what I'm saying? You grew up. We have to grow in the word. We can't continue to be at the same levels, the same places that we've been. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people get tossed to and fro because they don't have no type of foundation. And the foundations is built off the wrong things in the first place. Let's go to where I want to go. Let's go to Luke chapter 6. This ain't gonna be a long video. I just wanted to talk about this because this is something serious. So we're gonna read Luke chapter 6, and I want to start at. Matter of fact, I'll put this on the screen real quick. See, I just started going. This ain't even the lesson. Like I just started going into the lesson. Man, just got into it. But like I want to say before I continue on, if you would like to join Genesis Israelites, hit the email deacon at genesis144.com. Hit the email deacon at genesis144.com. And I'm going to share my screen. We're going to put this on the screen real quick. Salakia, man. I just got into it. Sometimes you gotta go into it, man. You gotta go into it. Um, yeah. Screen is being shared. All praises. Okay. Let's go to Luke. Let's go to Luke chapter 6. Luke chapter 6. Luke the Gentile. Let's go to chapter 6. Okay. We're gonna read Luke chapter 6, verse where am I at? We're gonna read verse 26 and 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. So you got people, you got leaders that are actually following the Most High. They're being hated, and people are separating themselves from them. You know what I'm saying? They shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil. You got people that's actually on this type of path right now, you know what I'm saying, where they're dealing with, being cast out for the Son of Man's sake, because, the Bible said that all men would hate us. Verse 23 says, rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy. So we should be leaping for joy when our names is being cast out as evil. We should be leaping for joy. We should be leaping. This is what the Bible said would happen. It said our names would be cast out as evil. So this is something we should be rejoicing about and jumping up and down about. For behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in a like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. So in the same manner that this is happening to you, it happened to the prophets of old. The prophets of old were hated like this. The prophets of old went through these type of things. You see what I'm saying? So you have to ask yourself, am I going through these things that the prophets spoke about? Is my leader going through these things that the prophets spoke about? Luke 6 and 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. So there's some people that's rich, they got everything they want, they got the biggest congregation, biggest whatever, you know what I'm saying? They got everything they want. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Because there's some people that are laughing right now. They have everything they need. They don't have nothing to worry about. They don't have nothing to cry about. But in due time, they're going to be mourning and weeping. Verse 26, woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. There's some people that just speak well. They're speaking well of everybody out here. They're speaking well of these false prophets, because these false prophets are prophesying deceit. They want false prophets to prophesy deceit. That's what they want. They want to hear smooth words. They want to hear words of deceit. They don't want to hear words of truth. Matter of fact, let me go here. Is it Micah 2? I believe it's Micah 2. Yeah, it's Micah 2. Let's look at it in the NLT. I'm going to show you so. So we're going to read Micah 2 in the NLT. Verse 11. Suppose a prophet full of lies would say to you, I'll preach to you the joys of wine and alcohol. That's just the kind of prophet you would like. And that's the type of prophets our people like. Our people like the prophets that's going to prophesy deceit to them, that's going to speak deceit, that's going to speak lies to them, that's not going to tell them the truth. They don't want to hear something righteous. They don't want to hear something real. They want to hear something fake. And that's why the prophets had so much hate against them and so much people piled up against them, because of the simple fact they wasn't on nobody's side but the Most High. You see what I'm saying? Let me go here. This is Isaiah 30 and 10 in the NLT. They tell the seers, stop seeing visions. They tell the prophets, don't tell us what is right. Tell us nice things. Tell us lies. That's what they're saying to the seers. Hey, man, look. I know you want to sit up there and rebuke at the gate like the Bible say, but guess what? I don't want you to rebuke at the gate. I want you to tell me it's okay for me to go mess with my homeboy wife. I want you to tell me it's okay, you know what I'm saying, to just be wicked, man, you know, celebrate Thanksgiving. I want you to tell me these things. That's what they're saying. That's what these people are saying. Tell us nice things. Things that are nice. You know, tell us lies. Lie to us, man. We want to be lied to. You know, we don't want to see the truth. That's what some people are doing. And that's what some people are fine with. And that's a problem. I'm not fine with that. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want to walk in lies. Some people are just comfortable with lies, you know? And that's why I'm just gonna say this. I'm thankful for brothers that's willing to take a stand and not willing to sit up there and lie. You know, willing to take a stand against the grain, you know, knowing that people are going to be against them. Let me continue. Let's go to Sirach chapter 4, and we're going to start at 22. Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. And that's the thing. Just because you reverence this person enough, but you reverence this person to the point where you willing to allow this man to, you know, this person to cause you to fall. Like something in your brain should be clicked. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. Something in your brain should be clicking for you to be like, this is not the scriptures. This don't line up with the scriptures. Then something in your brain should be clicking. Damn, I see it. What he's saying, this is happening in the Bible, and it's happening to us. Two things should be clicking in your head. If you're that gone and that far gone in a cult mindset where you can't see what's going on and what's taking place, then I mean, hey, that's on you. You know, you drank the Kool-Aid. You know, you have yourself to blame for that. You know, then verse 27 says, make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty. So you have to ask yourself, is my leader a foolish man, or is my leader somebody that I aspire to be like? You know, I aspire to have that same passion, that same honesty, that same fire that person have. Not saying like, you coveting him or you know what he has or anything, but just saying like, the leader, is pushing you to want to be better. Is he somebody like that, or is he somebody that's a foolish man, man? You know, he slanders people. He he lies. He bears false witness. He just evil. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself. Unless you want to be lied to and just want to be like, hey man, it don't matter. He could be evil. You know, my leader can be evil as hell. Then that's on you. But you know, that's on you. Um, if you want an evil leader, you know, we living in some wicked times though. So this is Proverbs 29:12 in the NLT. If a ruler pays attention to liars, all his advisors will be wicked. So if a ruler pays attention to liars, he's listening, he becomes a damn liar. You better expect that his advisors are going to be just as wicked as him. He's birthing what he what's in him is going to come out of them. You know what I'm saying? Expect his men to be similar to how he is. You know? So that can be either a good thing or that can be a bad thing, but you have to be able to identify it. I'm going to read one more precept and then I'm going to close out. We're going to go to Luke chapter 6. This is just something this is just something on the mind, man. I had a lesson put together, but we're just going to flow. Let's go to Luke 6 and 43. This is Luke 6 and 43. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. So a good tree, somebody that's a good tree, a good person, he's not going to be putting out bad fruit. He's not going to produce bad fruit. A bad tree can't produce good fruit. A tree, verse 44, a tree is identified by its fruit. So that person is identified by his actions. Figs are never gathered for thorn bushes, and grapes are not picked from bramble bushes. A good person produces good things from the treasury of a good heart. So you got to ask yourself, what is this brother showing in his heart? Is he really a good person? Is he a genuine person? Is he a genuine, honest person that's producing good things, good works from his heart? Or is he an evil man, wicked as hell, producing evil things from the treasury of his heart, slandering brother, doing all types of evilness, bro? You know, just a wicked brother, a wicked man. It says what you say flows from what is in your heart. So whatever is coming out of his mouth, that's what's in his heart. You know, you gotta ask yourself, man. You have to be able to peep that. And we're gonna read one more. Matter of fact, 'cause I know that was gonna be the last one, but I got another one that just came to my mind. So I'm gonna read this, then we're gonna close out. This is Matthew 7, and we're gonna read verse 21. Not everyone who calls out to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Only those who actually do the will of my Father in heaven will enter. So only those that do the will of the Father, they're going to enter heaven. There's going to be people that's going to be like, hey, Lord, 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 let me get in. No. On judgment day, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, we prophesied in your name. Hey, we was working. We was the laborers in the field and cast out demons in your name. Hey, we got rid of them demons, man. You know them demons that was on our people, man. We was sitting up there telling them, man, hey, man, we rebuke you. You know, in the name of Yahweh Shai, we rebuke you. You know what I'm saying? We perform many miracles in your name. Now watch this, verse 23. But I will reply, I never knew you. Get away from me, you who break God's laws. He can be like, hey, I don't give a damn about none of that work you did, because guess what? You didn't keep the laws of God. That's how serious this is. So with that being said, I should stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna close out, man. Hopefully you was edified. You know, this quick video, I just wanted to put this together. I just wanted to do this because this was just something on my mind. And hopefully brothers is edified. I'm finna get back to rolling out videos on the channel, on both channels soon. You know, I'm finna get back to trying to do this, you know, put some videos out on the Genesis Indiana channel. And just get videos rolling out in general. So y'all stay tuned and be locked in, man. Genesis Israelites, man. This is a hey, this is a new age, man. It's a new age. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for the new content that's coming. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. We're gonna close out and give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Shalom.
The poor Esau's make Ishmael get it off the floor. Have Moab make it. Serve at the airman. It's all that hatred for Jacob. Whammon. Pass Jake the money. He'll rub a bandit. Is that or war or both in famine?